Hello, kindergarten. Happy Monday. I'm so excited because this week we're going to read a lot of books with rhythm and rhyme. In the book that we're going to read today, it's called The Doorbell Rang by Pat Hutchins. It has lots of repetition. That means that words or phrases are repeated throughout the story. And sometimes when you repeat those words, it creates a rhythm when you read the story or poem. So some examples are, I don't like them in a box. I don't like them with the fox. I don't like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am. You see how I read that? It has sort of a rhythm. So the book that we're going to read today has lots of repetition. Pay attention to the words that repeat in the story. It's going to create a lot of rhythm and rhyme as we read. As you see on the front cover, we have lots of children on the front cover. Let's count the children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is 12 children on the front cover. Do you know what 12 means? A dozen. Like you ever buy a dozen donuts, a dozen eggs? That means 12. There are a dozen children on the front cover. Let's look at the back cover. How many children do you see? Yes, we see 2. So in this book, they're going to share some cookies in the story. Let's read to find out how they share in the story. Again, pay attention to the words that repeat. Again, the title is The Doorbell Rang by Pat Hutchins. Those cookies look good. I made some cookies for tea, said Ma. Good, said Victoria and Sam. We're starving. Share them between yourselves, said Ma. I made plenty. That's 6 each, said Sam and Victoria. They look as good as Grandma's, said Victoria. They smell as good as Grandma's, said Sam. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma as the doorbell rang. It was Tom and Hannah from next door. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. So, let's keep reading. That's 3 each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your grandma's, said Tom. And look as good, said Hannah. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma as the doorbell rang. So I'm noticing that some words are repeating. What does Ma keep saying? Yeah, she says, no one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma as the doorbell rang. So I'm noticing that repeats. Now, oh, wow, that floor is so dirty. So now, who do you think is going to come next? How many people? Let's see. It was Peter and his little brother. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. So Ma said the same thing to these two. What was their names? Hannah and Tom. And she said it to Peter and his little brother. Mom said, come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. So that repeats in the story too. That's 2 each, said Victoria and Sam. They look as good as your grandma's, said Peter, and smell as good. Nobody makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma as the doorbell rang. So we're noticing a pattern. What's going to happen next? Okay, let's see if you're right. And I see the tea is boiling. It's very hot. The floor is super dirty. Let's see what's going to happen. It was Joy and Simon and their 4 cousins. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. That's one each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your grandma, said Joy. And look as good, said Simon. No one makes cookies like grandma, said Ma as the doorbell rang. So, what do you think they will do if more children are at the door? Let's see. So far, since more children came, there's 12 cookies. Each person will get 1 cookie. I wonder who's going to be at the door next. Oh, let me read that again. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma as the doorbell rang and rang. Oh dear, said Ma as the children stared at the cookies on their plates. Perhaps you better eat them before we open the door. We'll wait, said Sam. It was Grandma with an enormous tray of cookies. How nice to have so many friends to share them with, said Grandma. It's a good thing I made a lot. And no one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma as the doorbell rang. So, we know that the words to keep repeating, and no one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma. There were some other things that kept repeating in the story. What else do you remember repeating? The children said they smell as good as Grandma's and look as good. They kept repeating. Yes, this was a great story. I hope you enjoyed it and you remember some of the repeating words. Have an amazing day, kindergarten. I'll see you next time.